A magnet has the ability to both attract something and also repel it based on its polarity. Now, you yourself have very magnetic energy if all you would do is realize you're a magnet, but also switch the polarity, because right now you may be actually repelling that which you want, and you may be attracting that which you don't want. All that means is your inner magnet is flipped around. And in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to create that magnetic energy inside of yourself by realizing it, what made the difference for me, and then how my life has profoundly changed since realizing all of this. Welcome back to another video. My name is Aaron, and I help people expand their consciousness. Now, in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you how to flip your polarity or understand that more in a deeper level, and also what constitutes of magnetic energy. Now, this is what I really also want to help you understand, is that it's not bad to be polarizing. You see, the thing is when a lot of times we don't feel comfortable with who we are, what happens is that feeling is projected out and other people feel that. So in essence, people feel what you feel about you. I'll say that again. People feel what you feel about you. I notice sometimes if people have insecurities, what they're doing is they may be thinking about their insecurities, and then in a way they're tuned to it. So if other people notice it, they then feel that self-conscious. But the thing is if you would become okay with your own insecurity, then what happens is other people would feel that off of you, and it becomes more attractive. And think about it, when you're really being the most magnetic version of yourself, you may actually repel people, but that is a good thing. Imagine repelling people that you don't necessarily want to be around. Imagine you create magnetic energy, and what you do, like for example, imagine somebody realizes, I know a lot of you that follow me may resonate with my earlier childhood story about how I used to attract certain type of narcissists into my life. Well, imagine you're attracting narcissists in your life because you believe that that's what you deserve, that people in your life like that are trying to control you. It's almost like a subconscious pattern that you're not aware of. Well, imagine you switch your inner vibe, and what you do is you realize that you don't deserve that, and you kind of stand up to that energy in a way, or you ignore it, and then your magnetic switch to where you then repel them from wanting to come around you. Well, that would be a good thing. So realize that becoming magnetic is not about appealing to everybody. Becoming magnetic is about being your true self, naturally repelling people that you don't necessarily want around you, or that don't resonate, or that judge you and don't accept you for who you are. And then on the other side of that, then attracting people that do love you for you, because you're being the most authentic version of yourself. So just like a magnet, if you were to get a magnet and push it towards another magnet and the polarities were switched, it would repel. You want to repel people that do not and are not in vibrational resonance with you. That is a good thing. And remember, knowing that, not wanting the approval of people is a very attractive magnetic trait. I used to be very focused on getting approval from people, and because of that, it was in a way externalizing my energy. I felt like I was depleting myself because I was trying to make everybody else happy. And once I changed that, everything began to change. People began to respect me more. I started feeling more present inside of my body. And in this video, I'm also going to share with you that little technique that you can do that has completely transformed my life and helped me to become more magnetic. So the first step to this is becoming aware of how you feel about yourself and whether you're judging yourself or you're comparing yourself to other people. Because people feel what you feel, one of the first steps you want to do is you want to focus on really loving yourself. I know it's cliche. And when people say like, just be yourself. It's such like a statement like, how do I just be myself? I don't understand what that means, but it means just come with an inner acceptance and surrender of yourself without labels. When I let go of viewing myself as having ADHD, I began to just ground myself. It changed my self-image. When I let go of believing that was a problem, then I felt more at peace with it than other people also weren't judging me as much. You see, a lot of times the people that judge us, we may have an inner judgment that we feel, and then they're picking up on that. So we can change it by becoming at peace with ourselves. But magnetic energy is also about not putting other people on a pedestal, and it's about realizing your own worth. As I've brought the awareness more back to myself, I've tested this. Literally, what I've done is I have done this exercise I'm about to share with you, walked around, done hikes, been in public, and I noticed a crazy difference with how people respond to me. And a lot of it is because I'm not seeking approval. I'm not seeking what I used to. I think I used to seek significance. I think I used to seek feeling special. And now I just know that within myself. I just feel really really at peace with myself. And a lot of that came from this little exercise right here. Let me share it with you. So magnetic energy is directly correlated with how much are you inside of your body. Think about this. When you're in your own frame, you have magnetic energy. Which means you're leading in your life. Now, I know sometimes you could say masculine energy, feminine energy. Masculine's meant to lead. So it's like, if you're a woman watching this, you might be like, well, what about me? But in general, what happens is people put other people on a pedestal, it then depolarizes the energy, and then what happens is other people feel that. Now remember, if you treat someone like a celebrity, they will treat you like a fan. So what happens is you put someone else on the pedestal, you are in their frame, they are calling the shots. Now what you do is you bring the energy back to you, and you start realizing, what do I want to do? You start making yourself happy, you start being yourself. That's when things change. So one of the most powerful things that I've been doing is I have a shadow work integration coach I've been working with for months now, and it's completely changed my life. And it's very simple. Bring the awareness inside of your body, inside your hands, inside of your feet. Do a meditation where what you do is you look at a candle flame. You literally stare at a candle flame, and you then breathe in, and you feel inside of the body. You feel the self, and then also you feel the separation between you and the candle flame, between you and the walls. You start feeling in yourself. And as you feel more comfortable inside of your body, and as you start bringing the energy inside of your body, what happens is you create this magnetic polarity inside of yourself. And remember, being in your frame and in your body is the same thing, which means you're in your own, you're like leading in your own life. You're not almost at the whims of somebody else. So see, this has been the biggest game changer. So as I become more inside of my own body, everything, like I go out on hikes and stuff, I go out in public, and I noticed the prior version of me was always thinking about what other people thought, was always projecting myself out of my body. As I bring the awareness in my body, and I don't care whether people, say hi to me if I'm walking on a hike or anything, it's like because you don't need it, you naturally get it. Because you're filling up your own cup. So instead of looking for approval on the outside, bring it to the inside, give yourself the approval, and then be in your body so that you're feeling the separation between you and other people. And the separation doesn't mean you're focused on it and you're like judging other people, but the separation means that you're feeling like almost in your own container of your body. And that has been a huge driving change to how my energy has become so much more magnetic than what it used to be. Now, another component of this is two other parts, I would say. One is, are you doing what you're passionate about for a living? There's some people that watch my videos that get kind of like a buzz when they watch my videos. Now, it's because I'm in a flow state. I'm doing what I'm absolutely passionate about. And if you're doing what you're passionate about, you are more attractive. There's an energy to you that is just hard to put your finger on it, but you just feel this person's alive. So are you doing what you're passionate about? And if not, then realize that you can commit to that vision. You can commit to that by starting to ask the question, what could I be passionate about? You set the intention to figure out what that is and watch what comes up. And then you'll start to get a reflection in your life of it. But doing what you're passionate about is very important. And then also letting go. The degree to which you can let go is the degree to which how attractive you are. If you're not attached to outcome, if you're not attached to other people, you are way, way, way more attractive. And how do you do that? Well, some of it also, I have an inner child series or meditations. If you want to check that out, click the link below, the inner child meditation. Basically, when you heal your inner child, you then realize that a lot of this stuff stemmed from childhood trauma or childhood experiences where you crave something from your mom or your dad. And then what happens is you started seeing yourself a certain way, and then you crave that from other people now. So when you change that and you start to heal your inner child, then you won't crave things from other people. You'll start feeling like you have your own cup filled. Now, another part of this is a lot of, for me, was, this last couple months has been a very powerful time where I've shed this whole nice guy complex that I think I got from my dad. My dad's still a nice guy. And a nice guy is a shadow because when you're really nice, it's not necessarily authentic. It's saying, I'm going to ease tension with you so that in exchange I can get validation and approval. And that is very sexually depolarizing. I became aware of that, and what I did is I then began to work with it. Why is this here? Well, I had to be, a lot of times people pleasers, which is also what a nice guy is, comes from parent pleasing growing up. And I had to be like that for my ex-stepmom who was narcissistic and abusive. So what happened is, as I started to become aware of this, I then saw that this actually isn't serving me. This actually is getting me the opposite of the results I want. So then I started, in a way, becoming aware of it, the pattern I had. And as I became aware of the pattern, awareness is always the first step, I then began to wire in a new value system. That value system, whereas before I didn't like tension, so I would be nice to people, and at the expense of being authentic, now I am focused on being authentic over everything. So sometimes that means I'm blunt. Sometimes that means I trigger people. Sometimes that means I'm brutally honest with people. But I am authentic. And being authentic has completely changed everything for me. So focusing on authenticity, even at the exchange of tension, and then also going into your own inner child wounding, because the inner child wounding probably is what's either depolarizing you towards masculine or feminine energy. So if you want to be more feminine and you find you have like a masculine shield up, that most likely comes from your inner child wounding. So there's a meditation below that you guys can check out. You can subscribe. You can subscribe as well to the YouTube channel. I'll be sharing more videos on being magnetic, and there's a lot more stuff coming. There is also, that inner child meditation, which will help you heal through this process. So with that being said, let me know what you guys think. Is there any hacks you guys have for becoming magnetic that you've noticed in magnetic people? What are different qualities they have? Comment below. Like this video if you could like it. That really helps the channel grow and helps get the message out there. So anyways, appreciate you guys, and as always, peace, much love, and namaste.